Hi, I'm Tara Bellio, and I'm part of the marketing team at BDO First Call Debt Solutions. Welcome to the first podcast in our three-part debt confession series. In our recent poll, we asked Canadian men and women from all age groups to tell us how they are really feeling about relationships and money. Let's face it, today's couples are dealing with a growing list of financial challenges, so we wanted to know how they're dealing with those challenges. Whether living separately, married, or common law, we found that Canadians who are in a relationship had a lot to confess. Here are a few surprises they revealed in our poll. Most Canadians are not happy about their loved one's financial habits. 6 in 10 people would change at least one of their partner's habits. Many told us they would change 2 or 3 or more. Couples are keeping financial secrets. 3 in 10 Canadians admit they've hidden or are hiding at least one financial secret. Their 2 biggest secrets: hidden spending habits and credit card debt. We also found that Canadian couples aren't talking about finances nearly enough. Almost 36% of Canadians admit they rarely or never discuss personal finances with their significant other. Our LITs from across Canada are here to discuss why it's so important for couples to have that very uncomfortable and difficult money talk. They also offer some expert advice and helpful tips about what couples should discuss and how they can keep the conversation going. In this podcast, we have Jennifer McCracken from our Vancouver office, Jason Stopel from our Thunder Bay office, Nancy Snedden from our St. John's office, and Craig Friesick from our Calgary office. Jennifer, in general terms, why is it important for couples, whether in a relationship, married, or common law, to be open and honest with each other about their finances?
Our most recent poll found that 6 in 10 Canadians in a relationship wish that they could change their partner's financial habits. And as many as 1 of 3 of these Canadians rarely or never discuss personal finances with their partner. So these results are concerning. We feel that married and common law partners will experience a lifetime of financial decisions. I see this from time to time with my clients. The decisions are things like renting your first apartment, buying and maintaining a home, raising a family, setting your financial goals and making investments, saving for retirement. These are just a few of many. So it will be important to have that strong communication about these important financial decisions. Remember that it is a partnership, and discussion about the family's goals, the habits that you're exhibiting, the habits you want to change, and what your dreams are will help you stay on track. And you will need to correct course. You're going to have to assess and find out if you're on track to achieve those things. I encourage my clients to understand each other's financial goals. We're also subject to surrounding economic climate, so understanding the fact that if there's a change to interest rates, there's changes in the housing market, there's rising mortgage rates, these things are going to impact you, and you want to be agile and be able to respond to those things. Also, being on the same page financially, generally it means that you're better prepared for the successes and some of those challenges that I mentioned, and you want to be equipped to deal with those things as they come up through your relationship.
Our poll found that millennials are the most likely age group to talk about finances and debt in the early days of a relationship. So Jason, why is having the money talk early in a relationship so important? And what should new couples talk about when it comes to finances?
Most good relationships are built on a foundation of mutual trust and respect. One of the things that we as individuals are very concerned about is our financial security. When we're looking at relationships, trust and financial security go hand in hand. If we're not looking down the road to future possible financial difficulties, and we're not sharing and communicating with open dialogue and trust, discord in our relationships can soon follow. Individuals should be thinking about not only, can I trust this individual with my heart, but you should also be looking at, can I trust this individual with my PIN number? Can I trust this individual, if we have children, to assist in making sure that RESPs get saved? And can I trust this individual to make sure that there's no skeletons or secrets in the closet that are going to cause me financial difficulty, possibly with a bruised credit rating or possibly with unknown costs that will have to be paid out of future household expenditures?
When comparing different age groups, our Debt Confessions poll found that boomers were the least likely to talk about money with their significant other. 1 in 4 never talked about personal debt with their partner. What can couples who are in a long-standing relationship do, Nancy, to keep the lines of communication open about their personal finances?
Well, let's face it, finances aren't necessarily a romantic topic for most people. And talking about money is often difficult for people in general, regardless of if it's with their partner or not. But it's super important to have those discussions with your partner to make sure you're all on the same page when it comes to your finances and more importantly, what your financial goals are, both short-term and long-term. So having the lines of communication open means maybe scheduling a meeting, whether it's weekly to start, monthly, quarterly. Eventually, you can get to maybe an annual meeting to review your budget, review your goals, review the income and expenses that you have to make sure nothing has changed there. Make sure you're planning for life events, like if you're planning to buy a new home, if you're planning on having kids and you want to start saving for their education. Retirement is always important no matter what age you are. So just having those lines of communication open, scheduling a meeting, make sure you have all your facts and figures when you sit down so you're ready to really dive into it. And then decide who's going to be in charge. Do you want to share that responsibility? Is one person better than the other? Figure out who's best to do that, but make sure you're openly communicating with each other if you do choose that one person is better to sort of take charge of the finances go forward.
Our poll reveals that 36% of Canadians in a relationship rarely or never discuss personal finances with their partner. Once couples have opened the lines of communication and are having regular money talks, an important part of these talks will be setting future goals. What tips do you have for couples who want to set some short and long-term financial goals together, Craig?
First of all, I want people to be understanding that this isn't easy or natural at first and may lead to a few heated discussions. There may be some emotion here, so until you both see the benefits of working towards a goal and achieving it together, it's going to take a little work. So, in order to make some plans for the future, whether you want to take a vacation, pay off some student loans, save for a home renovation, or send your children to university, it helps immensely to have concrete financial goals that help you reach those objectives. One person will likely take the lead by creating and tracking those goals, but working together, it ensures that you're on the same page. This is especially important if your goals are to reduce or pay off debt. It's great if you can set a short-term goal, a medium-term goal, and a long-term goal. A short-term goal might be to put enough money aside for a new piece of furniture. A medium-term goal would be saving, say, $5,000 for an emergency fund, and that might take 3 years to get there. And then a long-term goal, an example of that would be paying off your mortgage in the next 15 years. Your goals should be SMART goals. What I mean by this is they should be specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and timely. Now, that's a lot. Our website, debtsolutions.bdo.ca, has a lot more tips on setting SMART goals, and it really pays off. Savings goals can help you avoid debt. Examples of this would be saving in advance for a vacation or a vehicle, putting money aside regularly for your children's university tuition, or contributing to an RSP. Figure out what's important to you and your partner, prioritize your goals, add goals to your budget. I really recommend using automatic deposits if you can, and check in regularly on your progress. I suggest doing this monthly.
Thanks to our LITs for their expert advice, and thank you for listening to this episode of our BDO Debt Solutions podcast. We encourage you to share this podcast with friends and family and check out our YouTube channel, BDO Debt Solutions Canada, for more podcasts and videos. Keep an eye out for the second podcast in our Debt Confessions series. Our LITs will have some great advice on how to work through financial conflicts in a relationship. We'll also talk about what to do if your partner is keeping money secrets. Until next time, I'm Tara Bellio, reminding you that it is possible to leave debt behind.